Hey guys, good early morning. It is Tuesday, I think. We are camping out and not really keeping track of the days. We are currently in the mountains in Kentucky, and it's a chilly morning, about 40 degrees. My fire sucks because everything's wet. So I'm sitting here wearing my jacket. Pretty soon we're gonna make some coffee and warm my insides up, and we're gonna get going and do some stuff. But anyway, I wanted to kind of show you what's going on here at this campground. There's so much edible stuff here, and I don't think anybody even realizes it. Um, no, maybe some of them do, but most of them aren't freaks like me. So let me show you what we got growing all around us.
All right, so first thing I noticed when we got here is plantain. This stuff, I used to play with this as a kid. I used to pull these leaves and pull little strings out of it, but this is actually a very edible, very, very nutritious plant. We're surrounded by all this clover. Clover is also edible. You can eat the flowers when it's in bloom. You can eat the leaves. But then over here a little ways, I got something else. Okay, so you can see also here, we've got dandelion. Dandelion is also one of those extremely, extremely nutritious plants, and it just keeps on coming back. You pull the leaves, leave the root, and it'll come back and grow more leaves. You can eat the flowers, you can eat the leaves, you can eat the roots, you can make coffee with the roots. It's actually more like a chicory. It's like a coffee substitute, but you get the idea.
All right, so as you can see, there's tons of stuff growing just around my campsite here that is completely edible, keep you alive in a bad situation. I would wash the stuff that is right around me here because people have been walking their dogs, so you never know. But I'm going to be continuing this video. We're going to be doing some hiking later today. We're going to go see Natural Bridge, and obviously I'll show you that, but I'm also going to be checking out the ground, the plants around us, and just seeing how many things I can spot that are edible and that would keep you alive. And maybe somebody can learn something from this, and it'll be helpful in a bad situation for them, because this is kind of lost knowledge. There's not a lot of people who are really interested in this kind of thing anymore. So stick around. We're going to be hitting the road here after we get some coffee, and we'll show you some nice stuff. Hey guys, we're on a mini adventure today. We didn't get up to the Natural Bridge like we'd planned because my wife wasn't feeling well, and the hike seemed like would have been a bit much. But we did come up to what's called Nada Tunnel, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. But I wanted to show you also down here in this ditch. It's actually way deeper than it looks on the camera. If I jumped in there, I'd have an awful hard time getting out. But this whole thing down here is all lined with blackberry bushes. So more edible stuff that you find just right out in the open that people just don't notice. I bet the bears notice it. But anyway, let me bring you over to the tunnel and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so here we are. I'm looking up at this massive mountainside here, and we come down and there's this tunnel. So local lore says that this tunnel is haunted and some people avoid it. We're going to drive through this thing in a minute. But the crazy thing is, you got to make sure there's no one at the other side because there's only room for one car at a time. So in a few minutes here we're going to drive through this, but I've got something else I want to check out real quick. There's a trail over to my left, and there's a cave at the top. I kind of want to see what's in there. Okay, so I'm a little bit winded, but I made it to the top. Climbed up this hillside here. And this is the cave I was seeing from the road. It's pretty cool, but I can't go in because it's all fenced off. But anyway, it looks like somebody built a fire in there at one point. That's not a good idea. If you have any kind of moisture in these rocks above you, you heat it up, it can cause a collapse, and you don't want to be under there when that happens. All right, I'm gonna head back down the hill, see about driving through this tunnel. All right, move it, people. We're coming through.
Nobody in the way. We're coming through the tunnel. All right, we got first.
Spooky. Hey, so we're back at the campground. That tunnel was pretty cool, huh? While we were there at the tunnel, I found another food source that most people have no idea about. Acorn. This is one of the biggest acorns I've ever seen in my life. I'm going to collect a bunch of these before we go home, because ours are just little itty-bitty things. And there's so much food value in an acorn. But you can't just eat it like a squirrel, you know, just straight out of the shell. They are really, really bitter, and there's a process to taking that bitterness out where you can use it for a bunch of different purposes, and there's going to be a video about that coming up. So for right now, getting the fire going, we're going to start roasting some hot dogs and doing the traditional campfire side dinner. There we go. Hot dogs and some baked beans. So anyway, we'll be back with you guys with some more content. We're going to see something really cool tomorrow morning. And I'm going to keep that a secret for a couple minutes here until we get there, and you'll see what I'm talking about where it's super cool. So anyway, see you in a bit. Hey, as you can see, it's a really beautiful place we're staying in. This is the morning of day 3 that we're here. We go home tomorrow. One more, well, maybe 2 more adventures today. We'll see how things go. But the adventure that I was alluding to earlier, that was kind of a secret. Of course, a helicopter goes by at right now of all times, right? Anyway, the thing we're doing today that I was saying was a secret, I'll let you in on the secret now. Over in Lexington, there is a taxidermied bear that we're going to go see, and it is the actual bear from the story of Cocaine Bear. I'm sure most people have heard of Cocaine Bear or have seen the movie at this point. This is the actual bear, so it's pretty cool. I think they portrayed the movie in Tennessee, I want to say, but it was actually Kentucky where this story actually went down. So in a few minutes here, we'll be with the bear. I got a bit of a drive to get there. And we made it. This is the actual Cocaine Bear. As you can see on his blingy chain there's a description of how he was found and what actually killed him. And he's got some friends. A little baseball playing mouse here. People have left a bunch of little things about how they love the bear. And you got this really rude squirrel. Anyway, I would say that was worth the drive. We've now seen the actual Cocaine Bear along with some of his movie memorabilia. I guess on to the next adventure. Hey, we are on our way back to the campground to do some lunch, and we stopped to look at this insanely huge area of kudzu. If you're not familiar with kudzu, it is an invasive weed. It was brought over from Asia, I believe, and once again, another edible item. Let me turn this camera. All of that right there, that's all kudzu, and all of that is kudzu, and it is an all edible. You can eat these leaves. If I remember correctly from what I was reading about them, you do have to cook them, but that is all wild food. Anyway, just one more item on my list of edible things that you can find out in the open that most people don't realize you can eat. So we're going to head back to the campground now. Here we are, last adventure of the trip. We're taking the ski lift up to the top to see Natural Bridge. Okay, so we've hiked a bit to the end where we can observe everything, and we're way up here The natural bridge is way over there. If we'd taken the trail the other way, we could have walked across it, but I don't think we're doing that today. But there we go. We made it to Natural Bridge, and it's gorgeous. Hey guys, so I guess this is going to wrap this video up. We are heading home tomorrow morning, and we got a bit of a trek to get back down the mountain and get back to our campsite. So as always, if you're enjoying this content, please like and subscribe. There's going to be lots of opportunities for you to see future videos. I got a lot of stuff in the works. So hit that bell for notifications too, so you know when stuff is up. Thanks for watching.